Welcome back to Under Par Acres. We're in the middle of summer break and Wilson has been playing a ton of golf while also helping get work done around the farm. But this week he has a big Southeastern Junior Golf tournament in Auburn, Alabama, and we decided to take our travel trailer. This is the third tournament we have taken it on, and we've got the process ironed out now where Wilson has to work to help get it set up and taken down. But for this trip, we had some extra help as little brother Walker really wanted to tag along, so we agreed that he could come and be the official caddy. With both Wilson and Walker working together, we got all set up in just a few minutes, and hopefully they did a good enough job that we don't have an RV flying off a cliff during the drive. After getting everything properly hooked up and a full inspection to be sure we didn't forget anything important, it was time to get this thing pulled out and on the road. After a 3-hour and 20-minute drive, we made it to Auburn and pulled into our spot at Chewacla State Park. And once again, with both boys helping, we got the travel trailer unloaded and fully set up in just a few minutes. As soon as we were all set up, Wilson was eager to show Walker one of his favorite parts about these trips, and I quickly lost the boys to a killer cornhole competition. But as the boys were long gone having fun, the work was just getting started for old Dad, as it was time to start cooking out. One of the biggest advantages to staying in an RV park during tournaments is that we save a lot of money on hotel costs, but also on food expenses. And we always make sure to eat really good to be prepared for the hot days on the golf course. The ribeyes, potatoes, and green beans turned out perfect, and after dinner, it was on down to the lake where we spent the rest of the evening fishing. While the fish weren't biting, it was a relaxing way to end the long day, and the next morning we were off to the golf course for Wilson's practice round. He was playing Salkehatchie Golf Club, and the courses for these tournaments are about 400 yards longer than what he usually plays, and the top competitors are about a foot taller than him. But it's a great tour for him to play on to start seeing what the next level looks like. While Wilson was learning the course, little brother Walker decided it was more fun to be the cameraman than a caddy. After the practice round, Walker got his first tour of the Auburn campus and got to see where his uncle was an All-American catcher on the baseball team. But no, he was not Frank Thomas. The next morning, the tournament started and Wilson got off to a tough start with a bogey on the first hole, followed by a nasty triple on the second. But once the nerves calmed down, he went on to par the next 5 holes in a row and shot a solid 41 on the front 9 after a really bad start. While Wilson was grinding it out, my little man Walker was chilled out singing Tom Petty songs under a tree. Wilson had a lot of positives in his first round, and his short game and putting was very solid. But despite the strong recovery on the front 9, the back 9 whooped his tail pretty bad. But this is all part of the learning experience for a junior golfer, and you have to fight through the bad before you get to experience the good. Regardless of the results, Wilson was excited to have Walker out there watching, even when he was more focused on playing with grass and staring at the trees. Once the round was over, we were back to the park where we went for a nice swim in the lake. And this is the other great part about staying in the RV, is that after a tough day on the course, you can have a little fun and forget about the round. Somehow the boys even managed to get the old bald guy to go off the high dive. After another grilled dinner, we got a little more fishing in before it was time for an early bedtime to get ready for the final round. Overall, Wilson played much better in the second round and his short game looked great. Anytime he was close to the green, he was chipping it close, and his bunker game was fantastic. But his little brother was world class at playing with sticks. He made his first birdie of the tournament on his 6th hole, which got him pumped up, but it really fired up Walker. And then he made his second birdie on his 11th hole, but at this point, Walker was more into the sticks than the golf. Overall, Wilson played much better in round 2, however he lipped out a lot of putts and had 3 very bad holes that killed his score and brought him in with an 85. But it was a great learning experience that will only make him much better. As soon as the round was over, we had to get the RV broken down and hooked up to the truck as fast as possible because we needed to get home in time for Walker to make it to guitar practice. But with both boys helping, we had no problems and got all ready to go in just a few minutes. Once we got going, we made it no further than 5 minutes down the road until Walker was out cold for the rest of the drive. He made it to guitar practice just in time though, and Wilson and I were able to get the RV parked up and unloaded with ease. It was a great trip and fun tournament, and Wilson loved playing at Auburn where his aunt played collegiate golf. Thanks everyone for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you want to follow along, and we will see you soon.